Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. Decimals, something which attracts so many errors, and this is what I am going to take up for this particular video. I am going to show you how being smart in handling decimals can help you crack all these questions so effectively and so accurately. So this is the video which you have to watch completely to learn smart tricks to handle the decimals very quickly and accurately. So you will see a lot of different types of questions which I will take up, and you will see how I get to the answer using some of the basic short tricks which I have taught you over and over again on this amazing channel. So if you have not clicked the subscribe button before watching the video, just click the subscribe button and also click the bell shaped icon so that you keep on getting the notifications of all future uploads, right? Let's get on with the video. So the first question here, you can see 6.8 times 8.8 times 11.9 minus a big decimal here, and we need to find the result. So how do you get to the answer in the quickest possible manner? See, I can't find any common factor between this part and this part. This is a big decimal. I can't even factorize that. So I have no option but to multiply these three and get to an answer, then subtract the big decimal from the result. So how do I go for multiplication of these three numbers? So this, I'll take care of the decimal later. So this is 68 and 88, right? The first two numbers. So use the vertical and crosswise. 8 8s are 64, 4 and a 6 carry. 8 6 are 48 and 64. 48 and 64 gives you 112, plus 6 is 118, so 8 and 11 carry, and then 8 6 are 48, 59. So 5984 is the product when I multiply 68 and 88. Likewise, now I have to multiply this by the third number, 119. So I'll go for the vertical and crosswise again. 9 4s are 36, so 6 and a 3 carry, and then the cross multiply part, the last two pairs. This is 72 and 4 76, plus 3 79, so 9 and a 7 carry. And now the crucial part, 9 into 9 81, plus 4 is 85, plus 8 is 93. 93 plus 7 is 100, so 100 means 0 and a 10 carry. Now this is important. Now the fourth digit, I have to do 5 times 9, that is 45. This becomes 0, so we have 0 here, right? So this becomes 0, so 45, and then 9, 45 plus 9 is 54, plus 8 is 62. 62 and 10, 72, so 2 and a 7 carry. And now leave one pair from the right hand side, so 5 and 9 14. 14 and 7 21, 1 and a 2 carry, and then the first two pairs, this is just 5 plus 2 is 7, so 712096 is the product. Now you have to do this very quickly. This is Vedic maths, vertically and crosswise method which I am using for cracking the question. Now this part has 1 2 3 decimal places, so if you put a decimal 3 digits from the right hand side, you get 712.096 as the product. So you have to be really quick doing this now. And then subtract 202.596 from this. Now this is pretty easy. This is 00, and then we have this 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, and so this becomes 11. So 11 minus 2 is 9, and this becomes 0. So 0 means this is 0 itself, and then 7 minus 2 is 5. So 509.5 happens to be the correct answer for this particular question. Friends, this might look little tricky and little lengthy also, but when you start practicing things, that's where you start feeling comfortable. Otherwise, if you watch me do it, it will be like, oh, so many tricks. How do we actually apply all those tricks? It's only going to come in behavior once you start practicing the tricks. Vertical and crosswise is an amazing method. You don't require a calculator if you know vertical and crosswise. It will help you solve so many different problems. So this was the first question where the decimals were looking very dangerous and we managed to handle them without calculator. Let's see the second question. Here we have a question of simplification. So you can see two squares in the numerator separated by a minus sign. So you should know that a square minus b square is actually a plus b times a minus b. So this is what I am going to do now. In place of a I have this 23.65 and in place of b I have 48.35. So when I add them, if I add them, I will get, see, 35 and 65 is 100. So 49 plus 23, how much is that? 71, and 1 for this gives me 72. So a plus b is very easy to find, that is 72. So adding decimals becomes easy if the decimal part adds up to 100, right? In this case. So it's a whole number. Now come to a minus b. So I have to do 23.65 and subtract 48.35, which is a bigger number. So 48.35 is to be written above this. So this is 0. 13 minus 6 is 7. I am doing the traditional subtraction. So 7 minus 3 is 4 and 4 minus 2 is 2. So 24.7. But because we are subtracting the bigger one from the smaller one, this will be negative 24.7. And now comes the use of vertically and crosswise again. Now, how do you tackle this particular part? This is going to be really simple because we should know what we are actually up to here. Now see, the number which I have to deal with is 24.7 and I need to multiply that by 72. But observe that there is a 0.9 in the denominator. So if I write 0.9 in the denominator, I don't have to use vertically and crosswise here. Why? Because the decimal here has one decimal place. So I'll write a 10 here in the numerator and get rid of this part. So this is just 9. And 9 cancels 72 exactly 8 times. So what I have to do is to multiply minus 24.7 by 8 into 10 is 80, and even for that also I can remove the decimal, get rid of this 0, so this will become 247 and then 8. So this is practically oral, no method used there. So 7 8s are 56, 6 5, 32, 37, 7 3 and 16, 19, 1 9 7 6 negative. That is the answer for the question and the answer is A. So it sounded like I have to use vertical and crosswise, but I saw a 0.9 in the denominator that helped me get to the answer very quickly without any rough work actually. So I have not done any rough work except that I just subtracted these two decimals in the rough column. That's it. Right. Next question involves again addition and subtraction of decimals. Now this is a special question where the number of decimal places in all the numbers is same. Can you check? 2 digits here, 2 digits here, 2 digits here and 2 digits here. So what am I going to do is, see, I am writing it again, but you don't need to write it again, okay? So I'll just write it just to explain how this method has to be taken up and how you can do it so effectively. So this plus 79.92 comes to the left and becomes minus 76.92. So this is what I have to find. This will give me my question mark, right? So let's start with it, and I will start with the corresponding digits. 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 minus 7 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 9 is 8. 8 minus 9 is minus 1. And finally 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. So we have a negative number here. So let's borrow 1 from here. This gets subtracted from 10 and this becomes 3. So what is the new number? 1, 3, 10 minus 1 is 9 and a 9. So the answer will be because we have two decimal places in all numbers, two decimal places here. The answer is 13.99. Where is the answer? 13.99. Oh, this is 12.99. So the answer is none, because the answer does not exist in option A, B, C or D. Right? So how could I crack this question without writing all the decimals one below the other? I use the corresponding digit method. Whether it is plus or minus, you can find the final answer for the sum or the difference very easily, even if there are big decimals, right? Okay, let's see one more trick. Here you can see again we have a multiplication problem, and then this is the sole a single decimal, and then again we have a multiplication problem. Then we have to add the three parts to get to our final answer. So how do I do this? 841, this number, and 29. So you can put a 0 and go for vertically and crosswise again. This is 9. 9 4s are 36 plus 2, 38. So 8 and a 3 carry. Then 72. This is 0 and 8. 80, 83. 3 and a 8 carry. And then for the first two, this is 16 plus 8, 24. So 4 and a 2 carry. And then this is 0. So only 2 comes in here. 2, 4, 3, 8, 9. That is the product. Now where will the decimal come? 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So we have the answer for the first part. So I will retain this here and I will go back to my last part. 1827 times 5. Oh, this is pretty easy, right? 18270 is when you multiply this by 10. So if you have to multiply this by 5, take half. Okay, so 9, 1, 3, 5. Now this and two decimal places means 91.35. Now I will use this as the second part of my answer. Now the first part was 24.389 and I have to add 9.261 to this and add 91.35 to this to get to my final answer. So 9 plus 1, 10, 0. So I don't need to write a 0. 1 carry, 9. Then 9 and 11. Oh, this is 20. So again a 0. So I don't need to write a 0. So 2 carry. This is 5 and 5, 10. Again 0. So we have a 1 carry. So the decimal is going to vanish. So now this is 16. So 6 and a 1 carry. And 10, 11, 12. Is the answer 126? Yeah, the answer 126 does not exist here. So maybe a mistake. Maybe this is 9 plus 1, 10. Oh, 5. This is 5. So this becomes 5 and the answer for the question is 125. Right? So I made a mistake there. Very silly error. So this shows us how much of care has to be taken when you are dealing with decimals. You concentrate so much on the decimal part that the easy part also attracts errors. So friends, there is something to learn there, and 125 becomes my final answer for this question. So how many smart tricks do you think you learned in this video? You can handle decimals in so many ways. Simplifications are amazing. You should solve 100 questions sitting 3-4 hours, and then you will feel comfortable. You will be applying so many different tricks to crack those questions. So if you like this video, do share it with all your friends, because these are the questions which are very frequently asked in all sorts of competitive exams, and if you want to be among those 1% students who crack them in the first attempt, then you got to follow all these videos which I am posting on the channel, right? So practice a lot. Do comment here whether it benefited you or not. All the best for your practice.